Every 10 minutes, another name is added. Another life begins to fade. For centuries, science tried to save them. But the solution was always just out of reach. Until one brilliant, desperate mind dared to ask a forbidden question.
What if the answer wasn't human at all? What if it was a pig?
This is the strange history of Project Chimera. They had to create a vessel, a blank slate, and fill it with the building blocks of humanity.
Every 10 minutes, another name is added. Another life begins to fade.
The first sign of success, a tiny, rhythmic beat, a flicker of life.
Months passed. The host pig grew, healthy and strong. On the surface, it was just a pig.
But then, the bizarre began to emerge. A silent, shocking secret growing beneath the surface.
The human cells weren't just forming an organ. They were spreading.
One pig had an eye with a distinctively different color. Another's fur grew in a strange, human-like pattern.
It was a genetic mosaic. The line between science and sacrilege was blurring.
She had to find a way to control it, to confine the human cells. A new trial. Patient 0. This was their last chance.
This time, they would build a firewall, a genetic kill switch that would confine the human cells to a single organ.
The first injection, the moment of truth. Every breath was a risk.
Weeks turned into a month, and this time, there was nothing. No patches, no strange colors, just silence.
The team watched and waited. The relief was palpable, but they knew the real test was yet to come.
The moment for the final test had arrived. The truth was about to be revealed. This biopsy would determine everything: success or failure, miracle or monster.
Every life in the balance.
In that moment, time itself seemed to stop. The entire world waiting on one single result.
And then, the first pulse. Not a pig's, but undeniably human. After all the failures, all the pain, it worked. It was a miracle of science, a tiny, beating heart muscle, the most hopeful sound in the universe. The firewall had worked. The human cells were confined. They had finally bridged the gap between species.
A name, a face, a life. No longer waiting.
The impossible had been achieved. But the conversation was just beginning.
What do you think? Are we crossing a line we can't uncross? Or are we embracing a solution that could save millions of lives?
It was a perfect match. The data confirmed it. The impossible was now a reality.
The news spread like wildfire. A strange history had just been written. But for
The media called it a miracle. The public called it bizarre. The debate was just beginning.
For Dr. Vance, it wasn't about a debate. It was about a simple choice: life or death. Her motivation was personal, a pain she never spoke about, a silent promise she made to a life she couldn't save.
This wasn't just science. It was a memory, a legacy. And for every name on that list, there was a face, a family, a future waiting to be written.
The scientific community was divided. Some hailed it as a breakthrough, others, a warning. The scientific community was divided. Some hailed it as a breakthrough, others, a warning. Dr. Vance faced the critics.
In the end, the science was perfect. But the most important part of the experiment was the human heart.
The world now has an answer. A new kind of life. A new kind of hope.
But as science continues to push the boundaries, we have to ask ourselves, are we creating a better world or a more unsettling one?
The debate rages. But for those who were saved, there is no question.
Every single day, a new story begins. A life saved. A future reborn.
This wasn't just science. It was a promise kept.
A new kind of hero. An unlikely savior. The work is far from over. But the future is no longer a question of if, but of when.
A tribute to the unsung hero. The quiet miracle.
The impossible has been achieved. The world is watching.
The experiment is over. The life-saving organs are ready for the patients who need them.
This is the beginning of a new chapter in medicine.
It's a miracle born from weird science.
The world may never look at a pig the same way again.
What do you think? Are we on the path to salvation or something more unsettling?
Let us know in the comments.